This is Dr. Mills inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington, Charles Bishop. Mike Washington is out on assignment, so we have none other than Professor A.D. Drew with Professor Bishop. Let's get into marching sport major division top 7 poll rankings this week. Also in the rankings, we didn't have anybody dropping out, not a lot of changes, not a lot of matchups. And so you'll see a lot of consistency in this poll, but we'll still get what the gentlemen think. Give us a chance to get into the matchups in a little more detail. But we're going to give you week number 5's marching sport top 7 rankings. But receiving votes, Howard Bison Showtime Marching Band, 2-0 on the season, 132 points. You have North Carolina A&T, the blue and gold marching machine, 1-1 on the season with 130 points. Florida A&M, the marching 100 at 1-1 on the season. Let's get into the top 7 when we look at these rankings. At number 7, you have Tennessee State, the Aristocrat Bands, 2-0, as they continue to get it done, 133 points, but they stay at number 7. At number 6, you have the Bethune-Cookman, the Marching Wildcats, 2-0, 150 points. At number 6, as they continue to move forward with 151 points. Bringing us to number 5, Jackson State, the Sonic Boom of the South. They haven't participated in the week. The team was off, so you can see what's going on there. Get a chance to go on the road and have a big matchup this weekend. 2-1, 1-0, 156 points. Previous rank 5. They'll get a chance to move around in the rankings this week. Bringing us to number 4, Mississippi Valley State, the Mean Green Marching Machine, 3-0 on the season. 158 points, and they remain at number 4. At number 3 this week, Texas Southern, the Ocean of Soul, 3-0 on the season, 2-0 in terms of what they get done, 180 points, bringing us to number 3. Bringing us to number 2 this week, none other than the Southern Human Jukebox, 4-0 on the season, 2-0, 3-place votes, 197 points. And they get it done. At number 1, it continues to be there, Norfolk State, the Spartan Legions, 4-0, 7 first-place votes, 207 points, remain at number 1 in week number 5. They continue to do it. They have some matchups coming up. This will be interesting to see what that looks like. I'm going to start it out with you, Charles, and ask you this question so you get it. Top 10 matchups of the HBCU Band of the Year. In the major division, we have 7 of the 10 teams that are ranked, 6 of the top 7. But when you look at number 10, they have South Carolina State Marching 101. Number 9, Prairie View A&M, the Marching Storm. At number 8, Grambling State World Fame Band. And they're not in the 10, but I will give a shout out to Grambling. The World Fame Band, is my understanding. It wasn't just the football team that took away a victory this past weekend in the state. The band got it against the Marching Storm, and it's been a while since the World Fame has been able to say they got it done in terms of the marching halftime show. 0 quarter and 5th quarter as well. Bringing us in terms of this matchup is number
7.
7. In terms of this is Norfolk State, Hot Ice. Number 6, that's the auxiliary team. Let me go to number 7, is Tennessee State Aristocrat Bands. At number 6, FAMU Marching 100. At number 5, Norfolk State, the Spartan Legion, number 1 in our ranking. Number 4 is Jackson State, Sonic Boom of South, which is number 5 in our ranking. Bethune-Cookman Marching Wildcats are number 6 in our ranking, but number 3 in HBCU poll. At number 2, you have North Carolina A&T. We have them outside of the top 7, but they are in the 10, if you would. They come in at number 9 if you look at those receiving votes. And number 1, we both agree upon this as Southern University Human Jukebox. Charles, what do you say about the top 7 marching sport poll in week 5?
Yeah, now we have to get into the nitty gritty of things, especially when you look at some of these good battle bands. Jackson State over the next few weeks, they got Alabama A&M, Alabama State, and look at here, the Mississippi Valley Mean Green Marching Machine. Does the marching machine take the trip out to Prairie View this weekend? That's the question. I want to see a little battle there. So, and then, like I said, this is where these battle bands start to shine, and this is where they start climbing up the poles. I'm looking forward to the human. Oh man, please don't take the air out the balloon for me. Human jukebox in the March 100. Are we gonna get that, AD? All right. Never mind.
He's saying he don't plead the fifth. I will say this, Charles, to pep you up a little bit. I heard the Mean Green Marching Machine is taking a trip.
Okay, there we go. See,
that is like what his last result.
I love that. I need to see you come out and be ready for competition, be ready to battle. I love that. If you're going to spend money on a national band competition, spend money to follow your Never mind. Spend money to follow
G-Boom is saying that he put it out there. Rumor Valley coming to the hill this weekend. So we got it there. With that being said, Drew, we broke everything down. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the top 7? No changes this weekend, week 5, first time of the year. So what are your thoughts in terms of what is taking place in week number 5?
I need to get close to the camera when I say this. Marching 100. If the Mean Green Marching Machine can get on the road, y'all can get on the road too. I'm just going to say that much to y'all. All right, now let's get back to let's get back to the nitty-gritty. Was that not?
It sounds like you meant that.
Oh, I meant that. I meant that with all seriousness. You know, it makes no sense that the Marching 100 does not get on the road and go straight down I-10 and get to the Bluff. You got to. If you don't do any other road trip this season outside of a classic, that's the road one. Trip. Yeah, that's the one that trip. You put in your when you look at the football schedule and you get your budget at the beginning of the year when you have to turn in your budget. That's the one that you turn in on your budget, Dr. Cavil. You turn that one in.
That's the one call Will. That's the one you call Will Packham like, hey, we want to go to this. Okay, let's make that happen.
Robert, somebody. We got enough alumni where we can have some support on that one. Come on, fam. Please show up. Just please show up. Thank God for classics, because Valley participating in all these classics thus far this year has given a lot of people the opportunity to see the Mean Green Marching Machine, because the product on the field has not been the best, but thank God they participate in all these classics, so people have gotten a chance to see them. Also, Norfolk get the opportunity, obviously because of how they schedule their non-conference, picking up the non-conference games against other HBCUs, have had a chance to really have an impact in your poll, Dr. Cavil, unlike in the past where they've played a lot of non-HBCUs during the non-conference portion of the season. So their true worth has not been reflected in the past in your poll. So shout out to Norfolk State on that also. But let's be real. When it's all said and done come November, it's gonna be down to the two most visible bands that we have in the HBCU diaspora: Jackson State, Sonic Boom of the South, the Human Jukebox. They're going to be there at the top 3 come the end of the season. Right now, probably the Human Jukebox is probably at some point in time going to overtake Norfolk, because the next couple of weeks Norfolk doesn't have any HBCUs, although they do have that matchup with Tennessee State. So I'm going to be interested to see them and the Aristocrats of Bands. That's at Tennessee State, if I remember that correctly. That's Tennessee State's homecoming. Yeah. So
that's correct.
We're the Aristocrats of Band allow a visiting band to come in on homecoming and potentially embarrass them. Did not say it? That's the question.
Please make that trip. Please make that trip.
Or will they be allowed to make that trip by the home band? Will the home band yield? Will they yield the floor to the Spartan Legion? That's the question.
We'll see.
The floor to them.
Oh, wow. There you go.